Hello, I'm Toycat and welcome back to an episode of my Minecraft Xbox Update Adventures Let's Play. This is the Let's Play where I've been playing through the various updates that have come out for Minecraft on the Xbox, building stuff, killing stuff, and of course destroying stuff. The destroying and the building stuff in this case are both the Woodland Mansion project, which I've been working on mostly on streams. I'll talk about that a bit later just in case you haven't heard of it, but today we're not mostly focusing on this, we just happen to start here because today we're mostly focusing on, I guess really just like little bits and bobs, but I wanted to use up my iron mostly. I've been collecting iron for a really long time now as a byproduct of all the mining I've been doing. I don't know why, but I got really into mining again recently. That sounds like it's a weird thing, but that's a thing that happened, and we'll be using up that to basically make the iron or make the railway system a little bit longer than it was before. Because right now the the railway kind of just stops halfway along the guardian thing, and I really want to have a proper way to connect the Elgato into the aquarium. Because guess what? The Ocean Aquatic update is going to be the next big-ish update, and I want to, when there's water physics out, I want to see how my aquarium will perform there, and that means I need to have an aquarium before then to properly perform that on. Or maybe I should wait till after then. But anyway, it's something I want to slowly do. It's really exciting to me, and that's why today we're using up the 56 or 7 iron we have on us. Plus, if we go to the other side of the world, we'll have a bit more. In fact, actually, let's do that. Let's see how much iron we have out there, like in oh gosh, oh, I'm on fire, in chests and stuff. This is why the Nether is dangerous if you don't have armor, by the way. But yeah, we're gonna just quickly eat, go through the portal, pray we don't die, and then grab some iron, make as many rails as we can, and just place them all. There's going to be a big satisfaction to that to me, and I'm looking forward to it. So let me just quickly warn you that, yeah, it's like a pre-warning, I guess, that basically it's really early as I record this. I woke up at 5 AM, and I couldn't really get back to sleep. I'll maybe explain the reason, or the thinking later, because it's the weirdest thing I've ever experienced, that stopped me from sleeping. But basically, yeah, I woke up really early, couldn't get back to sleep, and just figured, what we're going to do right now is we're going to just take advantage of this, because I really want to record the Let's Play. So I'm recording the Let's Play it's 7 AM now, but I woke up at 5:30 and showered at 6 or something. So I don't know, maybe that makes the Let's Play different, maybe it makes it better, maybe it makes it terrible, maybe you're like, Toycat, this is not the Toycat I know and love. I like, 1 PM Toycat. That's the best Toycat. This 7 AM Toycat can get away from me. And if that's you by the end, that's a fair enough opinion to have. It's a pretty weird opinion, but it's a fair enough opinion to have. So, yeah, and also the other really exciting thing about today is that it is snowing where I live. So, in the corner of my eye, I can just see snow. So, if I'm distracted, then we can blame snow and not me, maybe? Well, I guess we can blame both snow and me. But yeah, there we go. We got ourselves some redstone stuff. We got some redstone tracks. We got some power with regular rails, and we've got enough of them that I'm pretty confident we can go some real distance. Not all the way, but most of the way, and that's exciting too. Also, we'll grab a bunch of dirt so we can work on the mountain, because today is going to be a fun day. But yeah, today I'm not here to just mostly talk about waking up at 7 AM, because I think most of the world wakes up at 7. I'm really, one of the things that I really actually think about a lot, how most people say, oh, I don't really think about how my taps just pour out clean water, I'm so gifted. No, that's not something I think about, I'll be honest, and I guess it's something you should, but something I do think about a lot, that I think is a miracle of my life, is that I have the ability to wake up at 9 if I want to. I mean, really, I could wake up a lot later, but it's not good for getting stuff done if you do. But my point being, I think it's really cool that being able to choose that myself is one of the few areas where I'm yeah, I feel that every day, and I'm I guess grateful every day. But grateful is not quite the word. I guess just happy every day. I'm not sure. But yeah, that's why I woke up at 7 AM today, and that's why maybe the world is a day or two outdated by the time this goes up. However, last week it was a week outdated because I was in Austria, and I figure I should talk about that a little bit. Or maybe I should talk about the why I woke up early, because I want to, I want to vent this to someone, and I don't think there's anyone, I hate talking about dreams to people in real life. It's usually pretty boring stuff, but this wasn't too much of a dream. It was more a dream that kept going when I woke up, but not a lucid dream either, or what's it called, the dreams where you freeze, sleep paralysis. It wasn't that either. It was just thought paralysis. So I had a dream, because I've been looking into flights a lot recently. Are you looking at me? You better not be. But basically, I've been dreaming a lot recently, or I've been looking at flights a lot recently, because in January, because it looks like things are going pretty well, especially on the super chat / donation front. I was thinking I want to go to Asia for the very first time in January, because that's the best time to do things. So I've been looking up the best way to do it, the cheapest ways to do it. If I fly from Sweden, I can save 20% instead of flying from London, for instance. Stuff like that. I've been looking up. It's just been on my brain a bunch. So tonight, tonight. Or last night, I guess it'll be last night, I was dreaming about, oh yeah, so when I go, it'll be like this, and I probably need to have some power rails at the bottom of that, but we'll do that later. Basically, you know, tonight I was dreaming about the whole thing, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to be on the flight. Or, you know, I was just dreaming I was on the flight. And I just had this really weird moment where I was like, wait a minute, this plane has no floor. And, you know, like, it's like when you're on one of those, like, leaning benches that you can't sit on, you just lean against, which, by the way, super annoying, those things. I know that to stop homeless people or something, but leaning benches, worst thing in the world. But it was like one of those, but on the plane, and, like, I put my bags on the floor, and they fell out of the plane because the plane didn't have a floor. And it's like, oh, man, this, like... It wasn't even terrifying so much, but when I woke up, it was all I could think about, like, no, that's bad, that's bad, that's bad. And I was awake knowing that, like, this is stupid, you don't have to think about it, but all my brain could, like, lock onto was, like, it's bad, you're dreaming it, what if the plane doesn't have a floor, like, and it was so bad, because I was also in, like, I think it was, like, a combination of things, because I was also hungry, I barely ate yesterday, I was really busy doing stuff, and then also, I think I was recording videos and stuff all day yesterday, but, basically as well as being, super, you know, like, super, like, distraught, you're hungry. I was also, like, in a lot of pain, because, I lost the toenail. I don't know if that's gross to say, but I lost the toenail, and it's, like, I could just feel the bleeding pain, but, like, it's funny, it hurts, like, impulses, like, with your heartbeat, and just all of that at once was just so much that I couldn't get back to sleep. Even though I was, like, crazy tired, I was like, I need to sleep, but all I can think about is this plane and stuff, and then I realized, you know what, let's wake up at 5 a.m., let's do a 5 a.m. day, like, people, like, I think the tip for people who get stuff done, like, if you want to be someone who gets an above average amount of stuff done, I feel like waking up early is the sacrifice you make, right? Like, I said earlier how, like, waking up at 9 a.m. makes me really blessed in a way, because, you know, or, like, hashtag blessed, right? But the truth is I feel like, if you want to really, like, push the boundaries of what you can get done in whatever role you're doing, like, even if you're, like, you fill in spreadsheets all day, if you want to fill in 20% more spreadsheets, wake up, you know, an hour earlier, and then, I don't know, I feel like just when more of your day... I feel like the early part of your day is way easier to dedicate to work because you've got so much day ahead of you. Like, it's 7 a.m. right now. Guess what? My day has, like, 15 hours left in it before I go to sleep. And that means that, in a way, you're going to be more motivated. So now we're going to put some power rails here, I guess. Like, makes as much sense as anywhere, right? Yeah, on this little block here, I think is the best place. But yeah, basically, you know, I'm just saying, secret to success right there. Just gave it to you for free, I think you'll find, and I think that will actually help you out quite a bit if you want to get more than your co-workers or whatever situation you have going on. I've heard a lot of famous leaders like sleep for like 4 hours because there's magic in it. Anyway, so as well as waking up really early, and I don't think I'm like tired right now, but I might be like delirious because I drink a lot of caffeine to deal with early mornings, and I know that like leads to caffeine dependency and blah 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 blah, but it's a really short-term fix, and when you need to get stuff done, caffeine is like the magical drug that like isn't really that harmful for you, and actually has like a lot of positive effects in my opinion. So there you go, caffeine. Recommend it. Recommend a caffeine addiction even. Like, I feel like there's very few things in the world you can recommend getting addicted to. Like, what, exercise, I mean, like, if you really like Minecraft and you need to get something done, sure, that too. But, you know, the big thing that you can definitely recommend getting addicted to, or you can like, just about advocate getting addicted to, is probably caffeine, right? I think so anyway. So, yeah, I think I'm going to have to probably, you know, mine these little bits of the hill here too. But, yeah, but whatever, for now, we'll just deal with that. And let's have one more bit of rail, or powered rail, down here. Because I feel like getting up and down this thing here is going to need some juice. Or actually, wait, I'll make the hill out of powered rail. Like up, oh, oops, well, that was a big mistake. You know, I'll put brick here, and I'll just see if it looks out of place. It probably won't, right? Yeah, that's fine. So we'll put 3 rails here. Oh, it does connect perfectly. And then let's, okay, there we go. Just have to tap it really gently. And then let's put our torch on this block. Okay, that doesn't work. So should we put a brick block here too? Yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll just put a brick block just over here. And then that'll be wonderful. So, yeah, there you go. Pro tip, sleeping a lot, it's good for you. I know it's like, that's like such a basic tip, but it's also such an important one. There's loads of fundamentals in life. Like, this is something I've realized. Like, a lot of the stuff that's really simple is stuff people will talk about. But if it's stuff that's simple, some stuff is so simple people never talk about it. Like, guess what? If you wake up early, you get stuff done. Like, that's obvious, but it's so obvious that you can almost miss it, you know? Like, there are so many things like this in my world, where, like, everyone just assumes it's common knowledge, and I have to be like, wait, that's a thing? And I discover way later or whatever. I know, for instance, okay, this is really stupid, right? But how, you know, do you wash something after you get it from the store? Everyone seems to insist the answer is yeah, because, like, store germs or something. And, you know, like, I had no idea. There's never any mention in the world that you wash your clothes after you buy them. Or maybe that's like only like a few people I've spoken to. But it seems like a common thing that you wash clothes when you buy them. Maybe because you want to get them to smell like you rather than the store. I'm not sure what the reason is, but that's what everyone does. But there's no obvious way you can know that, like even looking at the situation, because it's just not an obvious thing. So anyway, that was just a little interesting little pondering. And also, I wanted to tell you a little bit about my past week, because I talked about what I'm going up to, and apparently what I'm getting up to today is not sleeping. But what I got up to the past week is I was in Austria, in the Austrian Alps, actually. And, well, that was like last week now, last weekend. Yeah, last weekend, I was in the Austrian Alps, and it was a lot of fun, actually. I went to a place, it's like Obergurgu, Hochgurgu, I can't pronounce it properly, but I went to this place, that, like, only just opened, like, a little bit ago, so it's also renowned for being, like, pretty not crowded, so it was great, you know, there were very few people, except when I needed there to be people, and long story short, I really messed up my leg a little bit, because I didn't realize this, but I'm new to skiing. I'm not one of these people that's learned forever. I had to, like, learn a couple of years ago, because I just wanted to learn, and now I'm, like, somewhere in the beginner to, like, intermediate area, and I went to a ski resort that didn't have any beginner slopes, but I didn't realize that. I thought their color system was just off. So I was like going down like the hardest slope, the expert slopes, I guess, and the intermediate slopes and stuff. And because there's no way off the mountain without going down an expert slope, and it's like, what? Who does this to you? And basically, I had a pretty rough time, and also it was so cold that my nostrils froze every time they were exposed to the cold air. Like, it was minus 14 at the base and, like, minus 20 at the top or something. Basically, it was really cold, and you might think, like, wow, it's okay. You went to a really cool place, and you spent some money to get there, and you complain. But no, that's actually really cool, in my opinion. Like, I actually really do quite like that. So, yeah, we're going to take all this dirt now, and we're just gonna place that, because I really want this mountain to look more finished. So, just in case you're curious what's going on in the background. But yeah, I had a lot of fun in Austria. I feel like Austria is one of those, like, mystical countries in Europe, where it's like, everything's a bit weird here, but they speak German, and that's interesting to me. But yeah, basically, I liked Austria a lot. They have cheesecake in vending machines, and I swear to God, I had like one of the best cheesecakes I ever had from this vending machine. I could have just been hungry. I mean, I'm hungry right now. Maybe that's why I'm hungry thinking about it. But anyway, I had like this really good cheesecake from a vending machine at a train station. Same train station had an automatic toilet, and the toilet said something like, "Guess what? The toilet will flush itself. The toilet will clean itself when you're done." And I was like, "Oh, so it's gonna have one." Have you ever been to one of those like toilets where like there's a wipe that goes along the seat every time someone uses it? I think they're magical looking, and that's kind of cool. But it was next level magical. What they actually had is they had a huge room. It was kind of ugly, honestly, but it was just a big box room, and it was covered in water jets. And every time someone goes in, they spray it and they disinfect it, and it's like, geez. You'd figure it'd be cheaper just to hire someone to come in than to pay all of that water. But again, maybe in Austria, like, you know, the average wage is so much higher that they just use machines to do that. Which, fun fact actually, is one of the reasons why Japan has so many vending machines. So there you go, circled it back around to vending machines. Which, for the record, one of my favorite things in the world. I want to talk very specific things here, so sorry if you've never been to London Gatwick Airport in the UK, but they have vending machines which sell Ben & Jerry's, like, in the departures hall, and they accept, like, contactless credit cards, so you can just, like, tap your credit card, and guess what? Ben & Jerry's just magically starts appearing, and I don't know, I feel like this is the future that we're happy with. Like, everyone's always focused on tiny things, like, guess what? You know, now we have a device that you can buy that does what your phone does. You know, the Alexa or the Google Home or Apple Smart Home or whatever they're called. But the really exciting things are the things you don't realize, like vending machines accepting contactless credit card, giving you ice cream. Like, you can pick the ice cream, you can see it being made in front of you. Like, it's magical stuff. And, you know, the world's exciting sometimes. Like, I feel like it's only exciting to talk about the things you're not sure about. But the things that you should be sure about is that if humanity doesn't wipe itself out, we're going to have, like, a really positive next, like, 10, 15 years, I reckon. Like, there's a billion problems you can talk about, and all of them would be equally valid, I'm sure. But there's also a lot of cool stuff going on in the world right now, and I feel like that's not ever stressed. Like, imagine the news report, like, everything okay, worth checking out. Well, that's kind of boring. Imagine the, I guess you can kind of see that, actually, even, like, sometimes, you know, because I make Minecraft news videos, I get, like, a little micro, like, try at, like, what it would be like to run a news channel or something. Which, for the record, I don't have any interest in, like, covering real-world news, because I mean, everyone just covers it with a vent one way or the other. Also, I can see snow out my window, and it's still beautiful. But basically, yeah, I feel like the news of like nothing happened isn't news. Or like the news of like things are pretty good. Like I can't make a news video saying, you know, this 1.3 update that just came out, still pretty good. You know, 3 months after it. If the Better Together update was good and I really loved it, imagine if I made a video now being like, big news, things are going pretty well, Minecraft Unity's in a good place. It's not good news. So I include it in videos about other things, but you can't make a whole video on it. And because of that, you only see the crazy things. And this is why drama does so much better than like YouTubers getting along together. Like the new form of collabing on YouTube, I swear to God, is making drama with someone. Like, you know, you meet them in private, you're like, hey, I think we could share some subscribers if you pretend that I stole money from you. Yeah, that'd be a good idea. You know, that's that's the new collab on YouTube for the same reason. Like, I don't really like that personally. I'll never do it. Like I've only ever been in like YouTube drama once, and a lot of you probably don't even know it. And even then it was like literally on Twitter. And a part of me, you know, really hates, a little bit of me hates the guy to this day. Not like all of me, but like a little bit of me. And like it's a real thing, you know. So I don't know what the point of that was. I just wanted to mention that, you know, even Toycat's in that. And I probably gained subscribers from it, like, thinking back. I don't recall anything at all. I just recall, like, whenever someone's angry with me, or, like, whenever I'm angry with someone on the internet, there's, like, this real, like, rage, but also, like, anxiety just, like, fuels through me. Like, when one of the very earliest social networks, I made, like, an anonymous account, and I just, like, I don't know, this is stupid, this is, like, 11-year-old Toycat. There was a guy who was just, he still is, honestly, but he's, like, a friendly version of the same thing. He was just not a good human being. He was a bad human being. Like, he would like make things up just to like keep the world entertaining for him. You know, he's one of those types of people. And I anonymously was just like, I didn't even say anything that bad, but I was like, you know, I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna see what happens. And he's like, this is gonna happen in real life. It's gonna be a problem. And it's like, that's like a anxiety-inducing thing. Like, you know what? I'm sure I can deal with this in real life, but the fact that now I've created like a real life problem from this, you know, that's like the closest thing I've ever experienced. Not to be like cyberbullying, like that wasn't that, and that wasn't the close thing, but it was something where I was like, you know, this is, you know, this really can affect you. Like people always say, like, guess what? You can turn off the screen or whatever. But it's like, I mean, but that's not good advice. That's not anywhere close to good advice. Also, I'm out of dirt, so let's go back over to the Woodland Mansion, and we'll do a little bit of placing over there. And I can talk about it a bit, and maybe you're into that. Also, pigs are spawning up here now. That's cool. I think I'm pretty sure that's cool. Let's kill them. I mean, it would be cool to leave them, but but look, it's a perfect flat ground, perfect for finding pigs and the such. The such. Yep, that's a way you can speak in English. So yeah, another thing I wanted to talk about is the whole. But yes, yeah, so I feel like the future is positive. A lot of people will never tell you that, but it's true. And even right now, you're like, that's a generic, dull message. You're just being optimistic, Toycat. But I think it's real. Because actually, you know, one of the funny things, I've said this before, one of my favorite things to do is to check major world events through, like, the current news of the day. And you'll see how it's, like, it's actually, like, less dramatic than it is then, because they don't know the impact of it. Like, the news just kind of has to treat everything with the same level of dramaticness. So, like, when the Berlin Wall fell, which, again, if you don't know your world history, kind of a big event, at least for Europe. I mean, maybe not for America, but it's a big world event, I would say. When the Berlin Wall fell, I watched, like, the news on, like, I think it was CNN or something, and they're just like, we have confirmed that the wall has been dissolved and now there is free travel from east to west. There you go, that's news. But, like, that's, like, a major world event. That's, like, one of the big things. Still, I'd say, for the last 50 years, that's one of the biggest things that's... Oh, jeez, I did that wrong. That's one of the biggest things that's happened. Oh, I'm gonna die if I'm not careful. Oh, man, okay. Why are there so many ghosts just over here? Okay, I need to eat really badly. Okay, we're alive. We're alive. We're good. We're strong. We're doing this. Oh, there's a llama in this portal. You should go back to the other dimension, llama. I feel like it's safer for you there. So, like, do you want to go through here? Wait, I'll ride the llama through the portal. That what? Nope, there's no llama coming with me. Well, I mean, I tried. That's all I can really do right there. I just came up with a cool idea, actually. If you had, like... You could have... Okay, so there's 2 portals that both link to the same Nether portal, but the Nether portal always links here. So the fastest way for me to get... Okay, I've just worked something out. If you want some Minecraft tips, as well as me talking about the fall of the Soviet Union or whatever else I was talking about, then let me give you a cool one right here. So I have 2 portals, and the fastest way to get between these 2 portals, even though they're next to the same Nether thing, we hop through into the Nether here. Let's eat first, just be safe. And then if we go back through the portal, with our llama, of course, you can see how, like, I just transport all that distance in a... Okay, wait, I have to step out properly, I guess. I can travel all of this distance in what should be 5 seconds, but now it's more like 15. I just travel all of that distance instantly. And I feel like, because you can do that with animals, if you want to transport animals from one place to another, you can use the Nether, send them through it, then send them back by having, like... I guess you could lock them in there somehow, but yeah, there's, like... If you lock off your Nether portal entirely, then yeah, you could have, like, a transport. I feel like there's a genius way to use that. I think you've just seen inspiration for some future video. There you go. So before we go today, because I know we're at like 20 minutes, and that's roughly what a Let's Play is. I'm not even sure why. It's just like the defined standard, right? Like, 20 minutes. That's about what a Toy Cat Let's Play is. Sometimes it's 30 if I'm like really flowing and I want to talk about how isn't it crazy how like no one understands what they're doing? We all just pretend we do. But instead, I just want to show you a little bit of the destroyed one I mentioned, the reconstructed one, I should say, because this is the big project I'm doing on live streams now. In fact, I've probably done a bit before this went live, because again, it's 5 AM. I probably want to stream it today. So yeah, this is the Woodland mansion, as you can see, or the reconstructed one. And yeah, I'm reconstructing this from scratch. I destroyed an entire Woodland mansion, put it in chests, and it's one of my favorite stream series. And if you want to see it, then it's like 2 or 3 times a week or something like that. So thank you very much for watching today's video. I just realized, like, I'm looking out the window longingly, like, I want to go play in the snow. I'm going to go have a bit of fun with the snow, because, there are big things in life you can be happy with. You can be happy with the fact that the Berlin Wall fell, or you can be happy with the fact that what else they talk about today? That you woke up early and got stuff done. You can be happy with the fact that, guess what, the future's going to be okay. But you can also be happy with cheesecake and with snow. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. I hope you all do check out the Reconstruct the Woodland Mansion series. I really love having all these series in one place, and hopefully all of you do too. If you all enjoyed this and want to see more of it, like if you liked it, share if you liked it, and make sure you turn on notifications, but I've said that enough. So thank you very much for watching. Goodbye. I said thank you very much for watching like 16 times, but that's how much I want to thank you very much for watching. Okay, real goodbye now.